This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August 2022. So we're going to talk about Sag for a second here. And then this just when I talk about the astrology, guys, just also this is for Sagittarius rising. You can find your rising sign by looking that up online with your birth time and place, and do listen to the astrology for your ascendant. So if you're just Sagittarius sun, but say you're an Aquarius rising, go listen to the beginning of the Aquarius video to see your astrology specifically for the month, and then come back to read your cards here on the Sag video. So and if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe and follow. Give me a like and a comment. It does help with the algorithm, and I really appreciate it. And if you haven't, definitely go follow me over on Twitch. It's where I am mainly streaming and doing my content now. We're doing all types of fun content over here, okay? So Sagittarius risings, let's get into the astrology here. So we're going to go a little bit backwards. I am doing this reading on the August 11th on the full moon in Aquarius and when Venus enters Leo. But we're going to talk a little bit about the beginning of the month just to catch us up with where we're at now. So again, Sagittarius risings. Beginning of August, we have the Mars, Uranus, North Node all hitting there in Taurus. Like, a lot. So you're, which is all in your sixth house there. Mars rules your 12th house of hidden enemies, isolation, and it's really in detriment in Taurus, obviously, like for all of us, not really been enjoying the Mars and Taurus transit, especially as a Mars and Aries person. But yeah, so it's in detriment on Uranus and North Node in your sixth house of health. So again, there's going to be really like there could be some situations with your health and issues there. Your mental health, your physical health, if something is wrong, and you should probably go and try to figure out what's going on there. Be careful also of accidents, and these things could really get in the way of your schedule of work and things like that, and making money. There could also be some random changes at work in your like work schedule, because it is sixth house, and sixth house has to do with your schedule and day to day. So it can be kind of a messy moment there. And also Mars is squaring Saturn at this time. So something about that health stuff getting in the way of work and people around you, your coworkers, third house stuff, roommates. Excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze. We're good. We also have Mercury moving into Virgo there that first week. And Mercury rules your seventh house, actually, of relationships, as well as your 10th house of reputation, of publishing, of I always see this as like your front facing like thing to the world, like what is most public about you, your public image, your career in that public way. So again, like it's kind of like 10th house is like how the public sees what you work, like your title, which is sixth house, and sixth house is more about like what you're actually doing. That makes sense in terms of a job situation. So again, with Mercury ruling your seventh house of relationships and your 10th house there, it's now in its domicile in Virgo, yay. And so you can kind of focus on more of like rebranding yourself and focusing on like work, like especially regarding relationships, like things like that with the seventh house there. It's like, who do you like, how do you want to be seen, and like who do you want to be seen with, kind of stuff, right? And now let's get to August 11th, which is today, and the full moon in Aquarius. So on August 11th, we have the full moon in Aquarius. We also have Venus entering Leo. So the sun is going through your ninth house there in Leo, which is religion, your higher education, spirituality, long distance travel. And we also have Venus there as well in the ninth house. So this is going to be, and again, ninth house is like about your. I just said what ninth house is. Why did I explain that again? So it's going to be really fun for you at this time. Your schedule is like looking very like fun. Like Venus and Leo is like, let's inject some fun, good times into that more. But we also have the full moon in Aquarius and also in Saturn, all kind of there on your third house, and that's all about communications, roommates, neighbors, siblings. It's like all this. Third house is annoying. It's too much stuff, but it's like how I would see it is like ninth house is like again about knowledge, like higher education and knowledge, and third house is how you apply it. So it's like how are you applying what you know about yourself, your spirituality, what you have learned here, and do you like believe in yourself? It's gonna feel kind of like difficult in terms of like, do I believe in myself in terms of getting my shit together, getting my schedule together, making things happen? Like, it's difficult at this time, okay? And August 20th, we have Mars moving into Gemini, and it's going in there for 8 months. Ugh, not a good time. So, and Mars is all about fights, conflicts, stuff like that. And Gemini is duality. It's like, being of two minds, having two options, two people kind of situation there. And what is Gemini for you guys? Let me just think for a second. So I don't think I wrote this down. Wait, that is your seventh house, isn't that? Like, I'm so stupid. Yes, of course, it's your seventh house. I'm so sorry. Occasionally, for some reason, I think Virgo and Gemini are like opposite signs, and Pisces and Sag are, and that makes no sense. And I don't know why I think that occasionally, but like that was one of those moments. So again, it's gonna be very like dual. So again, you're gonna be debating and arguing with relationships because it's all about seventh house there with Gemini, and it's gonna give you a really good idea of like what the Mars retrograde is going to be for you guys, because it's going to be a big focus again on that duality and maybe two people within a relationship, two situations going back and forth within a relationship, something shifting there. A lot of exhaustion energy there. But Mercury is also entering shadow at this time and opposing Neptune, and Mercury is in your 10th house of career. Your 10th house of your reputation, career, all that kind of stuff there, and also is going to be going into your 11th house of community and friendships. So there's going to be a big sense of like when you're putting yourself out there, like meeting new people, meeting new friends, getting back out there. But at this time, it's also opposing Neptune. So there's something about your living situation there getting in the way of creating new friendships, getting new connections there, making them feel a little bit more uncertain even. We also have Mercury opposing Neptune, or Mercury opposite Neptune there. So it's going to feel like something is off, and with a work or a living situation there. And it's going to be like you're going to feel like you're kind of seeing things clearly, but they're like you're not really understanding it very clearly. It's like you're not really thinking clearly. There's a lot of clarity / not clarity. They're like you think you are, but you're not, and something just feels wrong. And you were probably right. So on August 27th, though, we have the new moon in Virgo. So that is a new moon in your 10th house of career, your reputation, how people see you. And it's going to be squaring Mars in Gemini there. So there's going to be, again, some conflict with your relationships in terms of how people see you and, what this has to do with your relationships and how it plays out there. So we also have Mercury moving into Libra, and it's going to be in shadow there. So your 7th house, the ruler of relationships, and your 10th house, the ruler of career, is in Libra in your 11th house of friendships, of communities, of your networks. So you can be finding a lot of more you're going to be focused more on finding a balance within your communities, but at the same time your 11th house ruler Venus is squaring Uranus and Taurus and opposite and opposing Saturn. So there's going to be a lot of upheaval as well, though, unfortunately, with like friendships and with work and specific individuals. There's a lot of upheaval and shifting and changing going on there with all this 10th and 11th house stuff of like your communities and how you are putting yourself out there. It feels like big changes in terms of how you see yourself with career, how others see you, and where you actually want to be, who you want to be working with. So big changes there for you guys. So Sag risings, that is your astrology for the month of August. Let's get into the tarot for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot messages for the month of August 2022. Sagittarians in the chat, please stand up. All right. Tell me what your favorite part of being a Sag is, because in my opinion, you guys are the wearers of a million hats. You're amazing at too many things. You are too many interests, and you're just good at them all, and it's like annoying for the rest of us. You're also funny, and you're usually like the hot one. But Sagittarians are like the hot kids. Are always like, I'm not hot. And you're like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I mean, Sagittarius is Britney Spears, so just, Sag energy. All right. What do we got here? Ooh. Okay. Ooh, Sagittarius, as usual. Like, oh man, I love it already. We're gonna keep going. It's like once you guys put your mind to something, you just make it happen. Like, I never have to worry about you guys. Oh, you guys are making really big decisions and big plans at this time. I'm just going to say that because, like, your cards are really powerful. And this is maybe... I'm not going to say anything. Are you fucking kidding me? This is why I don't speak. I know, this is why I try not to speak until I'm done pulling out all the cards. It doesn't seem like a bad thing. This does not seem like a bad thing. That's cool. What is that? Okay. Yeah, so, yeah. Just, I mean, I don't have to tell you guys to keep an open mind because you always will. Hold on. But life is shifting in ways that you can't, like, by the end of the month, like, things are happening that you can't remotely even imagine or see right now. Okay, Sagittarius. Where we're coming from here at the beginning of the month, we definitely have some, like, tough energy here as we go from, I mean, I'm pulling out, so obviously starting on August 11th, which is the day I'm doing this reading, which is the full moon in Aquarius. And this is like I don't know, it's been an intense, it feels like, time for you, especially leading up to this, because you get Judgment and then the Devil. Oh, Sonia, are you really falling asleep like this? She's slipping. You're gonna fall. Where are you going? Are you trying? Okay, she's trying, and I was like, you're gonna fall head first on the ground. All right, so Judgment and the Devil are what first come out for you guys. And when I see Judgment and the Devil, this is very much a reckoning of what is toxic and really like a negative. I always see the Devil as like a never-ending story, a never-ending cycle. We're going to keep reiterating this. We're going to keep being attached to something that we can definitely break free from, but we're choosing to stay in because we're seeing this as something good. We're seeing this as something that is healthy, that we need to do, that we can't be without. So I feel like there's a real like you're really seeing here at this time, like around this full moon in Aquarius, which is now on August 11th, what to do, because you get the Page of Swords like right after that, and then the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And I see that as like I can see what's going on here, and I want to change. I want things to shift. I'm done. It's time to make an executive decision, like cutting that off and moving in a new direction. It's like, I don't know if there's like, it feels to me almost like you have a conversation, you write something out, you hear something, you read something, and something hits in such a way that you're like, oh, I totally see this now. I know how to get out of this Devil situation. I know how to break free from the shackles here. I know how to get out of this. And I feel like there's just like this really free energy, like you're freeing yourself up totally. It's like, oh, that's what the Devil shackles are? Done, bye. Like, because the Devil came up upright, but he was spinning. So I feel like when I get that, it's like you have the ability to break free from this. And as long as you are willing to hear and see it when somebody tells you exactly what it is. Pay attention, be open. If something feels like it's hitting or like something is coming to you, be open to it. Maybe even meditate. It just feels like there's information that comes to you that helps you to break free out of this. It feels like it may, again, come from something online that you read, that you hear, it's like a passive, like, like an moment. A revelation kind of thing here. It's really, really nice for you guys. So in terms of career, work, things like that, I really feel like we're very focused on what makes us happy and what we enjoy. What is our dream situation here? Nine of Cups. We're really focusing on like, what is it that I would really want? Because when I say the Nine of Cups, that's like my dream, wish come true kind of energy. Like I'm sitting here in my emotional satisfaction because, I have the money, I have got it's like usually the guy with all the cups, and it's like the business owner who's got all his cups. Now he can sit down, drink them all, and enjoy it. And really enjoy the fruits of his labor. So I see the Nine of Cups and the Six of Swords as where I need to move somewhere. I need to go somewhere to get more of just like the money. Like, it's not just money, it's not just being able to survive. I need something more out of this. And I really feel like you guys are focused again with that Six of Swords of moving. I mean, some of you guys really, being a Sagittarian, I gotta say, if anybody is going to be like, I'm gonna move and I'm gonna make it happen now, it is you guys. So I feel like wrong two. I meant to hold up these two together, but like, again, everything is always backwards when I look at it on here, so it gets confusing. But yeah, you get that Six of Swords, and then the Queen of Wands is right there. And when I see her, like, she's like my business bitch. Like, she is like, I have an idea, I'm gonna lead this, I'm gonna make this happen. She takes her fiery energy and she leads the way on things. She's creating things. She's very creative energy. I always see her as like, if you have a creative venture, a side hustle, or if you want to, if you're updating that resume, you want to move, you want to make something happen, you are looking into that and making that happen at this time. So Six of Swords is, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to get what I really want out of life and out of a career, and I'm going to do so. And I feel like you guys are, again, taking the steps, making the moves to make these things happen in your life in really huge ways. And yes, let me just put these up here. God, your cards are nice. Don't tell all the other signs. You have the best reading so far. Especially compared to the first 6 I did, which again are on the channel right now. They're up here on Twitch, but you cannot hear the audio, unfortunately. And if you are wondering what's in that bowl, maybe I'll show after the reading. I have a Rose of Jericho in there because it is a full moon, and I do try to do my thing on full moons. And I could really use some. We'll talk about my life at a different time. We'll just say that. We'll save that for a different stream, because right now this is all about you. Oh, wrong. Once again, picking up the wrong ones because it's not in order. But yeah, you get the World and then the Tower next. So let's just be real. They're we got some big changes coming in here. It's there's something, again, with that Queen of Wands and the World and the Tower, I just feel like something is coming to an end. If you were manifesting the end of something, if you're manifesting, I want a new career, I want a new life path, I want to move, I want to do all these things, it feels like it's coming into you in some really big ways. The Tower, to me, is always external circumstances, something disruptive and crazy, but it's also taking something down that was never stable to begin with. The Tower destroys what is no longer stable and wasn't stable to begin with. So if you have been building upon a foundation that is not going to last, that is not providing sustenance, that is not a stable foundation, it will fall apart. So something is coming to an end here in terms of a work situation, some type of instability. It feels like to me, it's we're ending this, but it's almost as you are trying to end this stuff, something comes in here that is very I don't see the Tower as a negative thing, because the cards that I pulled to kind of get a little more information on this is I think it's disrupting this Four of Pentacles things. Whatever it is that you've been holding too tightly to, especially in terms of money, whatever is a security blanket for you is being thrown up in your face. It's bye, that's not happening, that is not stable, and it's not going to stay stable, so you might as well just say goodbye to that. It blew up. Tower took it down. It's to me, I see this kind of combo as this is the Tower and this is the foundation that it left. You have a foundation to build upon, but it took away what you were going to hold on to, and you have to let the Tower take away that security blanket because it was only holding you back, is what I get. Because what this opens you up to, and what this is about here with this Tower, is Two of Pentacles and Six of Wands. You will have a decision to make, is what I definitely get first off the bat there, is you have a major decision to make with the Two of Pentacles. You have a juggling to do. Again, this could also be with that Mars and Gemini energy of, your side hustles popping off here, and it's you might have an idea. I feel for some of you Sagittarius, I'm getting this down, you're going to have an idea. If you have a side hustle or a side business, a different one, a way that is not your main way to make money, but it's a side way to make money. If you're doing something like that, you're going to have some type of idea that really pops the fuck off, and you're going to have a lot of money, a lot of sustenance, a lot of success there. More so than you were expecting, way more than you were expecting. And with this, there's this real sense of peace of being wow, actually, you know what, I don't know, we're going to save that because that's coming to me as something totally different. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting an extreme download. As soon as I touch these other cards, I was this is not to do with the same situation. This is different. But Two of Pentacles, Six of Wands, you have a choice to make. Are you going to keep you can keep juggling the side hustle and what you're doing and make some money, but I feel while you are doing this, you're in this, you want to replace your main hustle. You want to replace the main thing that you're doing. You definitely want to move away from wherever it is that you are, whether it's a job, a place, maybe it's both. It feels you're feeling it's time to move on. It's time to, level up. It's time to level up to that Queen of Wands, World energy. I don't know if you guys can hear that outside. There's some massive truck out there. It is making so much noise, and I apologize if you did hear that. It's really unpleasant. But yeah, then you get the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands there, and the Lovers. And to me, that's why I was I touched these and I was this is different. This feels very different in that, I don't know, the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, I feel there is this, especially with the Lovers, I don't know, it just feels you have an option. You have a choice to make here, and it has something to do with home. It might be a mother or something like that, or a job. whatever it is, it feels like there is security in a home that is not where you're at now, and you're kind of thinking, wouldn't it be nice to go back there? Wouldn't it be nice to have this? Maybe that person also is like thinking of that in terms of you, like maybe it's nice to have you around, like maybe moving back to like where your family is at or near them. It's like, I don't know if it's like some of you guys are contemplating moving back in with family, but it could be something to do with that. Whatever this is, you have a choice that has to do with your living situation, and it feels like it has to do with like a different type of like roommate or security or a more nurturing aspect, and you have the choice to take that. Let me pull a card on like whether on any advice in terms of this choice, but I feel like you'll know. I can't give you advice. You have to follow your own. I feel like this is like something that you're going to have to think about, and like it will probably come up in the moon cycles between the full moon and the new moon. Like you might have made that decision. You might have to wait until the next full moon to like be 100% sure about what you want to do with this decision. But it feels like there's a lot of fears and weird stuff coming up. Like, what if this like leads to like a negative aspect, like with my family again? Maybe this will lead to this relationship. Maybe it'll lead to that. Like, there's a lot of like stress of like where this might lead you, and fears about what might come up when you do so. However, I think you'll be fine. I think that like I trust Sagittarius that you will be able to weigh your pros and cons and figure out what the best decision is for you. However, I do think you have some really wonderful I feel like it's a really, really wonderful opportunity for you that is coming in to heal some things, to have healing for yourself, spiritual healing, and give you more space to grow maybe spiritually. So, check on that opportunity, that choice that you might be like, I don't know, here or there. If like whatever's holding you back, really look at that. Is that holding you back, or can you actually walk away from that? And you've kind of built it up in your head to be more than it is. And in terms of love and relationships, let's get there, okay? We have 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups, Queen of Cups. It feels to me like there could even be some like fear that like if you're seeing somebody, you might be afraid like, like they're, 7 of Swords, they're hiding something from you. Like, what's going on here? Again, it's this full moon energy of like, what is their real intentions? What's going on? It could also feel like, again, maybe they're seeing somebody else with that. But like when I get the Queen of Cups after that kind of energy, I don't really feel that this person is being, is cheating on you, especially if it's like a female or a water sign there. I just feel like this person is emotionally maybe going through their own stuff. But 3 of Cups is like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's also that you're interested in somebody else as well. You could be hiding some type of aspect of like a desire within your relationship or desire of what you want out of it that you just need to be more open about. Or again, you could be hiding the fact that you're feeling something for somebody else. Whatever this is, there's like some type of like secrecy here. There's a secrecy here. I don't know if it's on your side or the other person's side, or if it's just a fear of secrecy. I think if you're thinking like it's on the other person's side, there's nothing actually there, because I didn't get any other cards indicating that. I only got positive cards indicating where that person was. It could be like you're fearing this, like you're not really sure, but like there's emotional growth within a relationship if you are kind of in one, or like in a beginning of a relationship starting to see somebody, or like you haven't been together forever and ever, like you're not like married and been together for like 5 years or whatever. But strength in the 2 of Swords there is, I always see like there's a decision to be made, but also we're not sure about it. When the 2 of Swords is upright and the Strength card is there, I feel like in order to see that there's even a decision to make here, or that there is a crossroads coming up, you have to be mature about this, because the Strength card is like, especially if the other person, if there's something that like there's some aspect of this relationship that feels uncertain, if that makes sense. There's a uncertainty that you are recognizing, but you also don't feel like you should ask about. It's like this is here, but I don't feel like I need to push this. I don't feel like it's going to do anything if I do push this, or if I don't push this. Like, it's just there. There's uncertainty of like, where is this going? Where is it not going? But the Strength card is very much like, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to keep on my Leo and Venus shit of being confident, being like cool, being whatever about it. And I really love that, because the Strength card is like, I'm not going to give into the fears, anxieties, the worst aspects of myself that like make you like freak out, maybe you want to attack the lion, because the lion represents anxiety, represents fear, represents what is scary to you. And it's like you can approach that in a very calm way and deal with it, like, and that takes control of the situation. You're not setting it off, you're not making it worse, you're not like, if you went and freaked out at a lion, it would probably kill you immediately, right? But she's like, no, we're chill, we've bonded, and like I am very relaxed, and like I don't worry about anything. And because of that, you don't have to make like the decision isn't taken away from you. Like that crossroads hasn't been hit. Like you're not attacking this situation that seems to kind of just flow after this, because I really like where this shows up here, because then you get what's his name here, the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and then the Empress. Like, the King of Pentacles is right between them, and I really love that. It's like, this is very Taurian energy there with the King of Pentacles and the Empress, because for me, I always see the Empress as like the natural card for Taurus, even though a lot of people see it as the Hierophant. I see that one as Taurus. I see the Fool as Aries much more, even though like these are, you know, this one is technically Aries over here. Like, this is how I see them. But there's a very masculine, feminine energy here. There's like a real beautiful, earthy energy here within this relationship. So I feel like, I don't know, there's like a real solidifying, grounding, and like rooting of a masculine, of divine masculine, feminine connection here. Something that feels very like balanced, very like, whether, again, this person doesn't have to be masculine, the person doesn't have to be feminine, it doesn't matter who you're with or like what you're into, what your sexuality is. This is like a really beautiful balance of the energies. It's like a really like, it's like a match. When I get the Emperor and the Empress together, especially with this King of Pentacles in the middle, like, I don't see this as negative. I mean, for some of you, it could be like you've met somebody and they could be like, you're unsure because everybody here seems like good and stable, and now you're not really sure. For those that are poly, it feels like it's a really solid poly relationship. But I just feel like this is the grounding of a really beautiful, like, divine masculine, feminine, really balanced, really upfront, communicative, good relationship. So I see this as really positive here, and ability to create together, ability to build together, ability to make things happen together, and having a lot of like actual support. There's like a real vested support between these two people, between this, in this relationship here that's showing up for you guys. So those are your messages for the month of August, my lovely Sagittarius. Let's pull some oracle cards for you guys. We're going to pull one from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel Oracle deck, and then we're going to pull some, or pull one from the Power deck. Okay. Messages for Sag. Oh, came out right away. Messages for Sagittarius and the Doreen Virtue Love Angels. Love messages for Sag. Oh my gosh. For this month. Can we just one at a time? Okay. Holy crap, Sag. Okay. Nice messages. I'm not going to lie. These are good ones. So if you're Sagittarius, your messages have been best so far this month. So, woot woot for you. The rest of us are suffering. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So it's like, really make the effort. I think especially if you've been single for a long time, it's hard to like get out of that space of like doing things for yourself and not really making the effort in relationships. But I just feel like whatever it is, like, make that extra effort in this relationship, whether you've been together for a long time or you're just getting together, like, you're just putting yourself out there again, or just interested in somebody again. It really feels like you can like, just making the effort is going to make this a lot better, okay? And I mean, that's come up in your reading as well. It's like making the effort, putting in that work, being strong, not like freaking out, not letting your fears and that your personal fears and your view of yourself kind of get in the way of this relationship being healthy and good. And then there's honeymoon. It's like, this is really nice. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I really feel like there's a lot of really nice time we could be spending together, a lot of connection. You could even like be going out for a little weekend. It could even just be like a little day trip. It's just like spending time away from your normal places. It just feels like connecting more in an aspect like that. So if you're like really busy lately, maybe make time to go to like the beach. It is the summer in the northern hemisphere. Like, go on a winter walk, where if you're in the southern hemisphere, like, it's just like doing those nice little things for each other, making the effort. Okay. Let's pull a Power deck oracle card for you guys. Oh my god, too many cards at once. Let's get one for Sagittarians for August 2022. Okay, hello. One at a time again. Getting too many for you guys. I feel like it's this one, because this one keeps coming out. Okay. And of course I drop it. Perfection. Is this perfection or transformation? Perfection also kept coming out, but we're going to do transformation. So transformation, guys. We get, oh, this is one of my favorite cards. It is so beautiful, right? Sorry, I'm going to try to hold this up. Oh my god. I can't do this reverse thing. It's making me crazy. I don't know how to line things up correctly. Okay, whatever. We're good. The power of your intent leads you around the sacred wheel of endeavor. Begin today with trust and innocence in the early hours. Imagine a quiet pond and see the reflection of your true self. At noon, take a moment to close your eyes and dream. Image the transformation that this day offers you. Seek the strength and wisdom through your ability to love to bring this transformation into action and into the words you speak. At night, give thanks for the illumination you have found. Know that the form of your intent leads you to the power of transformation. That is a beautiful message, guys. So, Sagittarians, congratulations. You guys got the best reading so far for August. Love you guys, and you deserve it. And if you guys haven't, my lovely Sages, I am doing readings again. I am offering private readings. Do DM me on my Instagram at dqtarot, no caps, no spaces, or you can email me at dqtarot@gmail.com. Do make sure to give me a follow here on Twitch and on YouTube, and give me a like and a comment if you're on YouTube. It does help with the algorithm, and I really appreciate it, guys. And if you want to know when I go live over on Twitch for all different types of content, because we're doing all types of fun stuff over here now, you can follow me on my not my Instagram. I guess I kind of posted on my Instagram at dqtarot, or on my Twitch. On my Twitter, it always goes live when I go live. So that's also at dqtarot, no caps, no spaces. So thank you guys again so much, my lovely Sages, and have a great rest of August.